there was an arc in her book where he comes down and he's trying to change everybody into Kryptonians, give her back, his whole thing of create a new Krypton type of thing.
Yeah.
So this character from her past has gone crazy and is attacking the city, and she's sitting there because she's out with the DEO. Her adopted family quit the DEO because of what they were doing, and she's like, I can't sit here and do nothing, so she goes and fights the guy with the help of this other dude who was in prison that she kind of helped see the light in a way. So she brings apparently, in a nutshell, what's going on is the DEO when Rebirth started, the DEO was run by Cameron Chase. She was the director. Well, after everything happened, she is no longer the director. Mr. Bones is the director again of the DEO. So Mr. Bones has been brainwashing these villains and these people that the DEO has captured. He has been brainwashing them to fight Supergirl. So it's really...
That doesn't tie into that Titan story with like Mammoth and Simon have that weird superhero service where you can take your powers. Okay.
No, this is something completely different. So it's another one of those titles where I really enjoyed it, but the direction that they're going in and some of these stories, it doesn't make a lot of sense. And the fact that they have taken, I don't mind if you make a character look a little bit more like the TV series because you want people to read it, but when
like they did with Frank, they drop the Punisher like Bernthal now.
Yeah, but it's when you change it that much, when the last time we saw Supergirl in the New 52, she was still in the old suit, she was still defiant, she still wouldn't speak English, she would only speak Kryptonian.
So they've completely rebooted her personality?
Yeah, rebooted her to where she now has to go to high school, and when she's not being Supergirl, she's wearing like a brown wig, and she had to go get a scholarship.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's really odd to me because I guess that's getting back to traditional Supergirl the way she was pre-New 52 and back then. But I like that New 52 Supergirl. She was mean as hell. That's the best.
I mean, I keep getting the book because I do enjoy Supergirl, but I want them to go back to giving her... She doesn't have the edge that she had. Like, they had a whole story arc where her and Batgirl and this other dude end up in the Phantom Zone, and it just made no sense. I didn't like the team-up of Batgirl and Supergirl.
Not the same as Batman and Superman. It's a different dynamic.
It's a completely different dynamic. But I want my edgy I like edgy Supergirl.
I do too. I always felt she was abused by Clark most of her life throughout. And it's finally she was a badass. Like, I'm not taking your shit, Clark. I'm gonna do what I want.
and the fact that she, she was a teenager on Krypton, so coming to Earth, she does. I like the fact she didn't want to conform to Earth.
No, and she's actually older than Clark. She appears younger, but she's older than him.
Yeah, but the fact that she's going to like a human school and she's getting internships with this company, that's just like the TV show. It's going in the wrong direction, and I really feel they need to do either give her an edge back or kill her off in Doomsday Clock, like Crisis on Infinite Earths, and give us something.
Ooh, that'd be I don't know. People would say that's been done, but I think it'd be a cool twist to do that.
I mean, they're getting
have it reflect the Crisis.
I mean, they're canceling the Superwoman book, so I mean, we'll see.
Lana Lang get depowered?
I don't know, maybe, and then we won't see Steel anymore, but
Steel's actually been popping up here and there in Superman lately.
He's a prominent member of the Superwoman book, because he's dating Lana Lang.
They may just move him over to Superman if that happens. Who knows?
All right, so your last.
He's been in the Fortress. He's been in the Fortress lately, helping Clark do some shit. So we'll see.
He's smart. He's right up there with Cyborg as far as I think technology and smart.
Yeah. Oh, and he's become a major part of Metal right now. His what was it? The Justice League. It's a couple weeks old, but it's a Justice League tie-in to Metal, and Steel was in it.
Metal.
One of the Dark Knights shattered his hammer.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, getting on to mine, my last one, The Flash. This month, as we all know, Barry Allen got fired by the CSI in the city, so he's been relegated to crime scene preservation at Iron Heights.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that was when he had negative speed force, and it was screwing up his job, and that's how he lost his job, because he was just he became like a bitter asshole while he had the negative speed force. And it ended up getting his partner screwed over too. His partner at the lab got sent to Iron Heights with him because he's been screwing around. So he feels really guilty about that. But I think, like I said last month, Wally West, Metal kind of came at a weird time because they showed Barry Allen had his regular speed force while he still had the negative Flash speed force in his own title. But they've explained that now. Wally West, the New 52 Wally West, has been training with Barry, and when his speed force interacted with the negative speed force, it changed Barry back to normal.
It kind of negated it in a way.
Yeah, it kind of short circuited it, and we find out that there was also there's another Flash's old girlfriend that has the speed force. She's got the negative speed force now. So I'm thinking, I don't remember if that might have been the last month. This one, it starts out, Barry's coming into prison, into the Iron Heights, and Turbine is dead. They find Turbine, the guy that he pulled out of the Speed Force in New 52. They find Turbine dead in the prison, and they don't know who killed him. And then the Trickster comes out and admits to the crime, takes the rap for it. And it turns out that it was actually some kind of conspiracy with the Rogues. The Rogues have now all escaped and are living underground, and Barry Allen goes and talks to Godspeed. They've got Godspeed locked up in there, and Barry's trying to grill him about what happened, what did you see, and even though he's not supposed to be involved, he's not supposed to be CSI anymore, he's not supposed to be asking prisoners questions, and so they kind of move him out of there, and Godspeed kind of says, I didn't kill him, I don't know what's going on, but they've got this big collar on Godspeed because it negates his speed force. But at the end of the book, you find that Captain Cold is broken out of prison, and Heatwave and all the Rogues, they're living underground, and they're kind of taking over Central City, and they end up breaking Godspeed out. At the end, they get Godspeed out of Iron Heights, and they bring him to their lair, and they kind of more or less say, welcome to the Rogues, Godspeed. And now the Rogues have a speedster, which is going to be a big pain in the ass for the Flash coming up. So it's pretty good. I like the Flash sometimes can get slow because you get a lot of drama from Barry Allen's life because he's always screwing shit up. But I mean, I like where it's going. It gets frustrating sometimes because there's things Barry could do that he should do that he just doesn't do, and it takes him forever to get around to it because he doesn't. Barry, I think, is the least confident to say what he means of all the heroes. I think he tries to protect feelings too much, and he tries to be the nice guy, and he doesn't just come right out and say what he means, and he holds a lot of shit in, and he doesn't talk to anybody, and it ends up screwing him over in the long run a lot of times. It screwed him over with Iris and Reverse Flash, because Reverse Flash was using his identity over his head to say he was going to tell Iris he's been lying to her all this time, and it all came out. And Iris found out that Barry Allen was lying to her for a long time about being the Flash, and then she ended up killing Reverse Flash, and it just got nasty. And Barry's whole life fell apart, and you got the negative speed force, and it just seems to keep getting worse. Keeps getting worse for old Barry. That's why I say respect Barry Allen and respect the Flash. Run, Barry, run. That's what I say. Not that cheesy, dumb CW show. Comic book Barry Allen.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, lately, all these comic book TV shows are getting worse and worse. Go back to the comics. We'll hear about that.
Yeah.
We'll hear about that on Friday
God.
from Chief.
Oh my God! You guys' ears are gonna bleed when I get done because I got so much burning hatred for Dimple right now.
Now, unless you're a good show like Constantine, and then you don't even get a chance to succeed, you just get canceled after like.
Probably when it was getting good, and they were bringing in like the Spectre and shit. And
yeah. So, that's this week's DC Comics. We want to thank you all for joining us. Once again, thank you to Olive. This Friday, you can catch us live on YouTube. You can catch Chief every day on the Twitter at SpaceChief75. I'm at the Nerd Rage Renegades official Twitter. Maybe not every day, but we're there quite often. You can find us on.
But if you got to get a hold of Spin, and you need to get a hold of me, and I'll get a hold of him because he always takes my calls.
Darn right I do. I do. When the red phone rings, I pick it up. Yes, Commissioner. So,
we need you.
Come on, old chum. So, you can also catch us on Facebook, facebook.com/NRR Truth Radio. Crystal will tell you everywhere we are every week.
The Nerd Rage Renegades are on the air every Wednesday on Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes, Google Play, and every Thursday on GamingRebellion.com, Filling the Void Podcast Network, and now iHeartRadio.
So, we want to thank you all for joining us, and we will see you this Friday for Nerd Rage Renegades Live. Ooh.
Live. Alrighty, that's going to be fun.
All right, and as always...
See you then, Maud.
See you, Maud. We'll see you Friday, Maud. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Nerd Rage Renegades.